There are common complaints of nursing home residents. As an attorney who represents nursing home residents in lawsuits, I hear different complaints all the time. I'm going to share with you some of the more common complaints that I hear. I'm James Kapralos, an attorney at Waichman. One of the most common complaints that I hear from my clients and other nursing home residents is that the call bell is not answered at all or quick enough. Call bell is a button that you press and it rings an alarm, and that notifies the nursing staff that the nursing home resident would need some type of assistance, and the nurses are supposed to respond to that call bell. We get complaints all the time that nurses do not respond to the call bell, and when they do respond, it takes a very long time. Even so, even after they respond, they come into the nursing home resident and they say, "Okay, I'll be right back," and then they don't show up for another 2 hours later. That is a very common complaint. Now, how do you know if this is happening to your loved one in a nursing home? Well, obviously, if your loved one is able to communicate with you and speak for themselves, obviously they can tell you this is going on. But what if your loved one is unable to communicate with you that this is a problem? Very simple way to determine whether or not this is occurring is when you visit, at some point in time, press the call bell and see how long it takes the staff to arrive. See if they arrive at all. And when they do arrive, how long does it take them to get the problem solved? It is very important that nursing home staff respond to the call bell. Another common complaint is about the food. Complaints include the taste, too hot, too cold, not served on time. There are some things that you can do to find out if this is occurring. Again, if your loved one is able to speak for themselves, you just ask them. But if they are unable to speak for themselves, you should go to the nursing home and visit during the time the residents are eating. Residents that need assistance with eating should have somebody assist them. When you're there, see if the resident is given their food, if it's just placed in front of them, and then they leave. See if the resident eats the food. If your loved one's not eating the food and they have nothing medically wrong with them, that may be an indication that the food isn't tasting very good. It may be too hot or it may be too cold. You may have to taste the food. Taste it yourself and see how it tastes. And if it doesn't taste well, complain about it. Speak to the nutritionist, speak to the dietary staff. Another complaint that nursing home residents have is disturbances, especially at night when they're trying to sleep. Sometimes the staff is speaking too much, talking too much to each other. They're loud speaking to other residents. Sometimes other residents have the TV on too loud. Sometimes a roommate is loud and causes disturbances. Now, this is a little more difficult to determine whether or not it's happening if your loved one can't speak for themselves, because visiting hours usually end at a certain time and it's usually not in the late hours. However, try and stay at the nursing home as late as you can. See what's going on at night. See if there's disturbances. See if someone has their TV on too loud. See if your loved one's roommate is doing anything to disturb your loved one. See if the staff is too loud. If you're watching this video and you have questions regarding what I just discussed, pick up the phone and give me a call. I'll be happy to speak with you. My name is James Kapralos. I'm an attorney at Waichman.